Hello, good morning students of class 12 commerce. Welcome to Pandya Sir's virtual class on macroeconomics, and today we are going to continue our discussion on the chapter propensity to consume or production function. In our last couple of videos we were discussing about propensity to consume, propensity to save. Now today we are going to discuss about propensity to consume. So with the help of this diagram, just we will try to understand the concept of consumption, the concept of income, and what happens, how a normal person behaves when his level of income rises. Here I told the normal person because what the theory we have constructed may not be correct in case of extreme people like extreme miser, बहुत बड़ा कंजूस, उसके लिए ये लॉ काम नहीं कर सकता है. बट Keynes, according to Keynes, human beings are proposed to increase their consumption when their level of income rises. Keynes कहता है ये एक आम फेनोमेनन है. ये आम तौर पर ऑन एवरेज हम ये देखने को पाते हैं जब किसी इंसान का इनकम इंक्रीज होता है उसका कंजम्पशन भी इंक्रीज होता है, बट उतना नहीं जितना इनकम इंक्रीज हुआ है. मान लीजिए मेरा इनकम 100 रुपया है और मेरा इनकम 100 और बढ़ गया, यानी मेरा इनकम 100 से अब 200 हो गया. सो व्हाट इज द नेट इंक्रीज इन माय इनकम? दैट इज 200 माइनस 100 इक्वल टू 100 रुपीज, यानी मेरा इनकम 100 रुपया बढ़ा. तो आमतौर पर यह देखा जाता है कि जब इनकम बढ़ता है तो एक इंसान का कंजम्पशन भी बढ़ता है, बट इनकम जितना बढ़ा है उतना कंजम्पशन नहीं बढ़ेगा. इसका मतलब if I am a normal person, then I am not going to spend my entire increased income. जो 100 रुपया मेरा इनकम बढ़ा है उस 100 का 100 रुपया पूरा में खर्च मेरा इंक्रीज नहीं होगा, यानी part of my increased income will be spent for more consumption and part of increased income will be saved. वही चीज हम ये डायग्राम में देखते हैं. Come to the first diagram where C is the consumption curve and Y is the income curve, aggregate supply or income curve. I have already told you that the concept of aggregate supply and income are same, synonymous. So here what we find is that income curve starts from the origin. That means at the origin income level is 0. But what we notice is that consumption curve starts positive. What does it mean? It means even if the level of income is 0, even if हम 1 रुपया भी कमा नहीं रहे हैं फिर भी हम 50 रुपया खर्च कर रहे हैं, which is in terms of in economics terminology it is called autonomous consumption. इसका मतलब है just we have to spend something at least for our bare necessities or for our mere survival, और उसमें इनकम का कोई फर्क नहीं डालता है. इनकम है या नहीं है, हम जिंदा रहने के लिए, सरवाइव करने के लिए कुछ तो कुछ खर्च करना पड़ता है, चाहे हमारा इनकम 0 हो. दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन इवन इनकम इज 0 कंजम्पशन इज 50. So this 50 is called autonomous consumption, and that is the reason why consumption curve starts positive. That means at 0 level of income consumption is positive. इसलिए आप देख सकते हो y एक्सिस में कंजम्पशन कर्व थोड़ा सा ऊपर से शुरू हुआ है. Sorry, I have named the axis wrong here. Always we take this axis to be x and this to be y. So हम क्या पाते हैं यहाँ y एक्सिस में कंजम्पशन कर्व 0 से स्टार्ट होता है और सॉरी इनकम कर्व 0 से स्टार्ट होता है, बट कंजम्पशन कर्व 50 से शुरू होता है. इसका मतलब 0 इनकम में भी ऑटोनोमस कंजम्पशन 50 रुपया का रहता है. Now we can see here H our income rises, क्योंकि हम x axis में income लिए हैं. So as we are moving rightwards along the x axis, that symbolizes we are going to a next level of income. That means our income is going on rising and rising and rising as we are moving along the x axis. तो यह क्या पाते हैं हम, जीरो इनकम में 50 रुपया खर्च है, इसका मतलब हमारा कुल सेविंग कितना है, -50. सो जैसे जैसे हमारा इनकम बढ़ता जाता है कंजम्पशन भी बढ़ता जाता है. कंजम्पशन इज अ पॉजिटिव फंक्शन ऑफ इनकम. दैट मीन्स व्हेन इनकम राइजेस consumption also rises. Why function is positive? Because both are moving in the same direction. When one is rising, the other is also as a result rising. So जैसे जैसे कंजम्पशन इनकम बढ़ता जाता है कंजम्पशन बढ़ता जाता है. बट what we can see that before the income level reaches 100, इनकम लेवल जब तक 100 नहीं पहुंच जाता है तब तक क्या हम बात देखते हैं यहाँ कि इनकम कर्व दैट इज OY lies below the consumption curve. OY इनकम कंजम्पशन कर्व के नीचे हम देख रहे हैं. व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स if consumption curve is lying above income curve, that means consumption is more than income. And at point E you can notice both the curve are intersecting with each other. That means at point E both consumption and income are becoming equal. It means that there is no when consumption is equal to income, there is no saving is 0. And before E, saving is negative, and after E, what we can notice is that income is more than consumption because income curve lies above the consumption curve. It means that income is more than consumption means we have some positive saving. So 3 stages what we notice here is that when our income continues to rise up to a point, our income is less than consumption means saving is negative, and at a particular point or at a particular level of income curve intersecting consumption curve means income is equal to consumption, saving is 0, and after that if our income still continues to rise, then what we notice is that income becomes more than consumption means we have got some positive saving. That's why here E, when income becomes equal to consumption, this point is called the break-even point. You have to remember this name, this term, because often in question you will get what is break-even point. So you have to mention that, you have to understand that. So 3 points you remember. At break-even point, consumption is equal to income, saving is 0. Before break-even point, consumption is more than income, that means saving is negative, and beyond break-even point means after break-even point towards the right of the break-even point, income is more than consumption means our saving is positive. Here you can see the notes. OY is a 45-degree line. OY means income curve is a 45-degree line, and a 45-degree line has the characteristic that each and every point on this line is equidistant from both x and y axis. Slope of CC, that means del C by del y, which is also called MPC. In the next chapter we will talk about that. And CC starts positive because of autonomous consumption. Consumption starts positive because of autonomous consumption. These 3 points along with this diagram you have to keep in your mind. Next, come to the next diagram. Here we have tried to explain what is average propensity to consume, because usually we find 2 types of propensity to consume. One is average propensity to consume, that is calculated at a particular point, a particular level of income, that is C upon Y, that is consumption upon income. So at point B, consumption and income both are equal. So when the denominator and numerator of a fraction becomes equal, then the result becomes 1. Hence, we can conclude that at break-even point, where income and consumption are equal, average propensity to consume is 1, and beyond that, what we find is that income is increasing. But just remember the Keynesian statement that when income rises, our consumption also rises, but gradually our propensity to save rises and propensity to consume falls. That means सिंपल बात है, पहला 50 रुपया अगर बढ़ेगा और उसका 40 रुपया हम खा गए और 10 रुपया सेव करें, तो दूसरा 50 रुपया अगर फिर बढ़ेगा तो फिर हम 40 रुपया खा के 10 रुपया सेव नहीं करेंगे. ऑलवेज क्या होगा कि हम 30 रुपया खाएंगे और 20 रुपया सेव करेंगे. व्हाट डज इट मीन? इट मीन्स simply as our income is rising and rising and rising, gradually our propensity means सहजात प्रवृत्ति, यानी झुकाव. हमारा सोच किस डायरेक्शन में जाता है? हमारा सोच इस डायरेक्शन में जाता है. फिर कंजम्पशन इनकम फिर बढ़ गया, चलो इस बार थोड़ा ज्यादा सेविंग करें और थोड़ा कम कंजम्पशन बढ़ाएं. That's why towards the break-even point, towards the right of the break-even point, because the propensity to consume is falling, that's why the numerator will be less than the denominator, and as a result, average propensity to consume, that is C upon Y, that is consumption upon income, would be less than 1. So 3 points here you need to remember. On the break-even point, average propensity to consume is equal to 1. Towards the right of the break-even point, average propensity to consume is less than 1, and below, towards the left of the break-even point, average propensity to consume is greater than 1. 3 different points you have to remember along with the diagram. Now, coming to marginal propensity to consume. And how MPC is different from APC? APC is, you always remember, APC is calculated at a particular level of income, whereas MPC or marginal propensity to consume is calculated when there is a shift or change in income. That's why the formula to find out marginal propensity to consume is del C upon del Y, where del stands for a change in C. So when our income level rises from 100 to 200, there is a change in our income, that is del Y from this point to this point, and there is a change in our consumption, that is from this point to this point. This is del C and this is del Y. So the ratio of del C upon del Y is nothing but the slope of the consumption curve or marginal propensity to consume. So again here what we can see is that at point C, from B to C, when at B what? There is no change in income. Income is equal to consumption. So from B to C, when our income level rises, then what happens? Our income rose by 100 rupees, but our consumption rose by only 50 rupees. That's why 50 upon 100 equal to 0.5. So from B to C, marginal propensity to consume is 0.5. So MPC will be 1. 3 points here you need to remember. MPC would be 1 where? You see, MPC is nothing but del C upon del Y. Change in income. Always there would be change in income. And this is positive. But, change in consumption. Always there would be change in income. That's what del Y. That means the denominator of the fraction is always positive number. But, what can be del C? Two things can happen. The increased income, हमारा इनकम जितना बढ़ा है, हम उसको पूरा कंजम्पशन में लगा सकते हैं, या फिर उसका पूरा का पूरा इंक्रीज्ड इनकम को हम सेव कर सकते हैं. सो सी टू कंडीशन. MPC equal to 1 when all the additional income is spent. Additional income del Y, डेल वाई जितना है 100 रुपया बढ़ा, अगर 100 रुपया पूरा कंजम्पशन हो गया तो डेल सी भी 100 हो गया, 100/100 इक्वल टू 1. दैट्स व्हाई टू कंक्लूड एमपीसी इक्वल टू 1 व्हेन ऑल द एडिशनल इनकम इज स्पेंड. ऑन द अदर हैंड जब हमारा एडिशनल इनकम हम पूरा का पूरा सेव कर देते हैं, दैट मीन्स डेल सी कंजम्पशन में कुछ खर्च नहीं किए, del C is 0, so 0 upon a positive number is always 0. That's why MPC would be 0 when all the additional income is saved. These 2 points you have need to remember. MPC 1 होता है जब पूरा का पूरा इंक्रीज्ड बढ़ा हुआ इनकम को हम खर्च कर देते हैं. MPC 0 होता है जब बढ़ा हुआ इनकम का 1 रुपया भी हम खर्च नहीं करते हैं, पूरा का पूरा सेव कर देते हैं. MPC of डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज इज मोर देन दैट ऑफ डेवलप्ड कंट्री. क्यों? ऐसा क्यों? ऐसा इसलिए होता है कि डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज उनका बहुत सारा कंजम्पशन अभी अधूरा पड़ा हुआ है, उनको इन्वेस्ट करना है, उनको जीडीपी बढ़ाना है, उनको मोर गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस करना है, इसलिए इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए. इसीलिए इनकम जब बढ़ता है उसका मेजर पार्ट वो कंज्यूम कर जाते हैं, यानी स्पेंड कर देते हैं. That's why MPC of a developing country like India is more than that of developed countries like USA, Canada और ऑस्ट्रेलिया. क्योंकि उनका ज्यादातर जरूरत पूरा हो चुका होता है, वो लोग ऑलमोस्ट जितना इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए कर चुके होते हैं. इसीलिए जो इनकम बढ़ता है उसका एक बहुत ही मेजर पार्ट वो लोग सेव करते हैं और बहुत थोड़ा सा ही खर्च करते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई MPC of developing country is always more than MPC of developed countries. So this is all about marginal propensity to consume and average propensity to consume. Tomorrow we will be discussing about average propensity to save and marginal propensity to save. After that we will shift our discussion to investment function. Thank you and have a nice day.